Hi, good morning everyone. Welcome back to the day 2 of YouCon 3.0 organized by AIESEC in University of Sri Jayawardhanapura. So first of all, let me brief you all about today's session lineup. The session 1 on Blog Like a Pro will be taking place from 11 a.m. onwards with the featuring of world-class bloggers. And the second session for the day will be happening from 4 p.m. onwards on how to make money through YouTube. And the final session for the day on how to overcome challenges in YouTubing with the featuring of Sri Lanka's most famous YouTubers will be broadcasting from 8 p.m. onwards. So you can join us live through the AIESEC Sri Lanka Facebook page throughout the day. So tune in with us today to awaken the YouTuber in you.
හරි පටන් ගමු.
ඕකේ 2020 ලෝකෙ හොඳම ලැප්ටොප් මොඩල් එක හැටියට සම්මාන ගත්තේ මොකක්ද?
සිම්පල් නේ.
වැරදි. පොඩ්ඩක් ලීස් කරන්නද? බ්‍රෑන්ඩ් එක ඩෙල්. මොකක්ද මොඩල් එක?
මන්ට අර සිගයකට දුවලා
ඒ මොකද?
ඩෙල් ගැන අහනවා නම් ඉතින් සිග තමයිනේ.
ලෝකෙ හොඳම ඩෙල් ලැප්ටොප්. වසර දෙකක අසමසම වගකීමක් සහ අලවියෙන් පසු විශිෂ්ට සේවය සමග සිග වෙතින් ටික ටික ගෙවන්න.
Excuse me. හරි පටන් ගමු.
ඕකේ 2020 ලෝක
Triple Fresh Formula, keeping you fresh and protected.
Thank you තාත්තේ. සෑහෙන ගානක් වෙන්න ඇතිනේ අම්මේ.
සමහර ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවදු විසඳන්න ඕනේ ටික ටික.
ටික ටික ගෙවන්න ලැප්ටොප් ගන්න. සිංහ එකට එන්න.
Good morning and welcome back to the second day of YouCon 3.0 organized by AIESEC in University of Sri Jayawardhanapura. My name is Dihansi Amanethmi and today we'll be having two aspiring bloggers who will be addressing on how to blog like a pro. Alright, okay. Good morning, hi and Ayubovan. Today, we will be speaking with Priyanka Tiwari, a pretty amazing young lady who loves food all the way from India. All right, Priyanka, without further ado, let's move on to our first question. Hi Priyanka, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Alright, so who exactly is Priyanka Tiwari? Can you introduce you for the people who don't know you?
Okay, hello everyone. So I'm Priyanka Tiwari. So I'm basically a television actress, and now I am running two YouTube channels. So one is in the name of Priyanka Tiwari and another is in the name of Priyanka Tiwari Vlog. So I generally make food, travel, lifestyle related vlogs on YouTube. So those who haven't seen my channel, you must go and subscribe my channel. So currently I'm just doing YouTube. So that's what I am. I'm a fun-loving girl. I'm an Indian, and I love to travel, love to cover food because I have passion for food. So that's what I'm doing currently.
All right. I have a pretty weird question at my hand. When you die, what do you want to be remembered for?
Just as a Priyanka Tiwari, a girl who loves to eat and who loves to travel.
Okay. When and why did you start this? Why did you start vlogging? What was your inspiration?
As a kid, also I was a very foodie kind of a girl, but when I came into acting, I know we have to eat right, we have to look good because of the camera and all those things. Of like while I was working in television, I used to be on like a strict, not diet, but strict like eating right kind of a thing. But I have always loved food. I have always loved travel, and I think after like when I've switching my careers between television to YouTube, I think food was one thing which I was like very much connected to. So that's why I've started my journey as a food blogger and then as a travel blogger, and now coming into the lifestyle vlogging as well.
All right. You have a unique style of making videos. How did you discover your style and what made you choose food vlogging out of all the options out there?
As I told you, I was a complete foodie as a kid also. Like I was very chubby and I was never like a slim and a lean girl. But for the television industry, I have to lose weight. I did a lot of hard work over there. But then again, for how long, the I love still I have to look good. But the passion for just see different kind of cuisines which I love to explore personally. So this is what I love doing it. That's why I came into the food blogging thing initially. And while traveling, I am like uh, watching every culture, every kind of food which I can eat. And even I just wanted to learn how even those things are being prepared. I love cooking. I love to cook sometimes whenever I and initially it was very tough to start on as a vlogging, but you need to be confident when you are going through and you want to start a channel or something like that. I remember when I did my first show on television, my director made me stand in the public, like there were like thousands of people standing in front of me, and I was like shivering what I have to say. It was like it is all extempo, whatever you want to say you can say. In 10th and 12th, and from those days I've started on things. And slowly you experience, when you experience things, you boost up your confidence and everything. That's how I've just started on, and I'm love doing what I'm doing.
That's great. All right. It must have been tricky to identify your audience at the very beginning. How did you identify your target audience and how did you make videos to satisfy your audience?
This is a very good question. Once whenever you want to start your career in YouTube, like you have to know your audience. What are your target audience? People, I have seen many people like who are vlogging just for the sake of vlogging. They don't even think what their audience wants.
Exactly.
Thing which you have to keep that in your mind. Whatever your audience want to see, you need to show that. It is not the other way around. What you want to show that people has to see, no, it is what they want to see. You have to showcase that. So initially, as I said, I started on the food blogging. My videos were loved by, like, I have all age header in my FICD analytics. So like from kids to younger audience to the older audience, everybody, I think people just love food. So food created a niche market, so it is like a very open-ended market. And food was something, and travel was something. Like in the pandemic, people were not able to travel. Even I was not able to travel, so I was like stick on to my home. And then I I have totally changed the stream of my food blogging. I started doing food challenges. Thing is that you what you can even ask in your community, in your storylines, what kind of videos you want to see. And I used to do that and now also I used to do that, that what you want to see, I will showcase that only, because I'm making videos for you guys only. I'm not making videos just for myself. So whatever you want to see, I will give that to you. And your videos has to be like, entertainment has to be the first part which you need to take care of. The in videos you are giving entertainment, then people will love to watch you.
Alright, so when it comes to vlogging, technical requirements play a vital part in the process. I'm pretty sure there are aspiring individuals out there not knowing where to start and how to start. Speaking about technology, what are the basic requirements needed for beginners who will be stepping into vlogging?
The basic, you have to be technically sound, but when you like if you are starting a YouTube channel, is all these youngsters are so smart, they know how to take a selfie, they know how to take a video, and these smartphones have become like, it's a go to do thing. And it's like you just need a phone. Initially, I'm telling you, just need a phone. You just need to have a good lapel mic in the very beginning, because if your voice is not clear, people are not able to hear you, then there's no point of making vlogging. I mean, there's no point of making videos. So a selfie stick, your smartphone, I am sure which everybody is having these days, and a good lapel mic. I think you need to invest your money in the good mic so that your voice is audible to everyone. And technically, even I was not very technically sound initially. I have learned everything from YouTube tutorials, like editing. I do edit my videos myself. I didn't know about editing, but I have learned from all YouTube tutorials, and still now I'm learning and I am doing it. I'm editing it myself. And for the camera work, and now like I have a team, but initially I used to make just on a selfie stick. That's it. Go on.
Alright, so what are the tips that you would like to share with the audience on how to become a successful vlogger?
First of all, I think you need to be confident whatever you are portraying in front of a camera. If you are not confident, then camera is very smart. Camera will catch on everything, every reaction, every tidbit of yours. You should be confident what you want to project. And food, I would say, if you're passionate about food, then you should come into the food vlogging. Don't come into the food vlogging just for the sake of vlogging. To do it. And for daily vlog, if I say, you need to have a you need to have more people in the frame. If your family members are comfortable in coming, it's very good. You should start on with the daily vlogging thing. I am single-handedly like in the frame, and I have to do it because the family privacy, my family doesn't come in the frame. But FOMO thing, if you are passionate about your work, whatever field, maybe fashion, maybe beauty, maybe food, maybe traveling, anything, and you should know about that particular field. If I am saying I'm a food blogger, then I know about food. Like in the traveling session, wherever you go, it's all extempore, because you see things, you learn things. But about food, you need to know your food, because if you know food, then only you can explain about food. So whatever line you are choosing it, I think you should have perfect knowledge about that line. Don't go just blankly on that particular field.
Can you explain your production stages, as in planning, shooting, editing?
Nowadays these softwares are so easy. I used to edit big gadgets, any laptop. Now I have started like after like
All right, Priyanka Tiwari is having a technical issue, it seems. She'll be joining soon back.
I'm back again. I'm in Haridwar, so
welcome
a
again.
lot of technical issues are going around. Sorry, I'm back now.
All right, hi. So we were speaking about the production stages of a video, all about planning, shooting, and editing.
Mhm. So planning is something which is very important. You need to plan whatever you want to showcase, how many places or how many dishes you want to showcase. If your planning is good, I am sure your video will turn out to be good. So first of all, I also planned like months prior. I'm still planning on my things. Still, you have to plan. If your planning is good, I think you are sorted then. Because if you plan your video, how every scene will come one after another, your editing becomes much easier. If you haven't planned and you're shooting everything whatever comes to your way, then your editing is a big task. I think you should plan firstly, then editing comes. It's very easy. Like I used to take 6 to 8 hours to edit my one video. Now I'm like, heck on it, it takes really less time, because I know what shot will come after. Like first shot is that, second shot is that, third shot is that. Your editing becomes very easy. And for the equipments and all, initially I will not recommend to buy any heavy duty equipment. Just start on with the selfie stick, a good lapel mic, and just a smartphone.
All right, so when we speak about technology again, I would like to ask, how do we choose the most suitable equipment and the ideal software type?
So when you are starting, as I mentioned, because these smartphones are so smart, they capture really good video, good pictures. You can even edit it on your phone as well. You don't need any heavy equipment. But once you are into the vlogging thing,
And yeah, technology is giving us a lot of issues. Um, Shall we hopefully join you again? She's back. Hi. Okay. Yes, so we were speaking about technology. Uh, how do we select the most suitable equipment and the ideal software type? I'm sorry, I think you're muted.
yeah, sorry, am I audible now?
Yes.
Okay, for the equipment things, I think initially you can start on with your phone and all. But for me, as a travel vlogger, I love to shoot on GoPro, on Insta 360. GoPro is while traveling. GoPro is my primary camera, and for all travel shot, I still shoot on Insta 360. And if it depends what kind of videos you are into, what kind of stream. If you're a fashion vlogger, then you just need to sit in your room, and it's all indoor shooting. You need to have good lighting. You have to invest on lighting if you're shooting indoors. If you're a travel vlogger, then you need to shoot. Am I audible? Yeah.
Yes, you are.
If you're a travel vlogger, I think GoPro and all Sony cameras, Canon cameras are all good to go. It depends how much budget you have, and you can invest on good camera setup. But you need to set up a good lapel mic, and secondly on the lighting if you are a fashion vlogger or a beauty vlogger. It depends what kind of videos you are making.
Yes. And is it too late to start a vlog?
Never. It's never too late. It's just today is the right day to start vlogging.
Get down.
නව close up triple fresh formula මුව මනාව පිරිසිදු කරමින් විෂ බීජ වලට එරෙහිව සටන් කරයි. මුවට දැනෙන සිසිලක් එක් කරයි. නැවුම් බවක් සහ සුපිරි ආරක්ෂාවක් සමග තවත් විශ්වාසයෙන් ලං වෙන්න. නව close up triple fresh formula.
Alright, hi again. The technology is not in favor with us today. We had a little power cut. Alright, back to my question. Is it too late to start a vlog? Is it too late to start a vlog?
She's not audible.
She can't hear.
Are you planning to study abroad, but not sure what to do and where to go? Our qualified counselors at Educo Pathways will help you select the right program in the right country. We have partnered with world-class universities in Australia, Malaysia, Canada, Ireland, United Kingdom, USA, New Zealand, and Netherlands. We will also advise you with all the necessary documents you need and help you with your visa application. Remember, all our services are free of charge. Call us now to book an appointment on 0772 711 711.
සහ බැක්ටීරියාවලින් තොර සුරක්ෂිත ස්ථානයකට කතිම විසඳුම Safeguard Surface Disinfectant. Safeguard නිරෝගිමත් දිවියකට.
Excuse me. හරි පටන් ගමු.
ඕකේ 2020 ලෝකේ හොඳම ලැප්ටොප් මොඩල් එක හැටියට සම්මාන ගත්තේ මොකක්ද?
සිම්පල් නේ.
වැරදි. පොඩ්ඩක් ලේසි කරන්නද? බ්‍රෑන්ඩ් එක ඩෙල්. මොකක්ද මොඩල් එක?
මන්ටක් ගාලා සිගයකට දුවලා ඉන්නද?
ඒ මොකටද?
ඩෙල් ගැන අහනවා නම් ඉතින් සිග තමයිනේ.
ලෝකේ හොඳම ඩෙල් ලැප්ටොප් වසර දෙකක අසමසම වගකීමක් සහ අලවියෙන් පසු විශිෂ්ට සේවය සමග සිග වෙතින් ටික ගෙවන්න ගන්න.
ලැප්ටොප් නම් ඩෙල්. ඩෙල් නම් සිග.
Excuse me.
Formula, keeping you fresh and protected.
Thank you තාත්තේ. සෑහෙන ගානක් වෙන්න ඇතිනේ අම්මේ.
සමහර ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවදු විසඳන්න ඕනේ ටික ටික.
ටික ටික ගෙවන්න ලැප්ටොප් ගන්න. සිංගයකට එන්න.
But not sure what to do and where to go? Our qualified counselors at EduCo Pathways will help you select the right program in the right country. We have partnered with world-class universities in Australia, Malaysia, Canada, Ireland, United Kingdom, USA, New Zealand and Netherlands. We will also advise you with all the necessary documents you need and help you with your visa application. Remember, all our services are free of charge. Call us now to book an appointment on 0772 711 711.
බීජ සහ බැක්ටීරියාවලින් තොර සුරක්ෂිත ස්ථානයකට කතිම විසඳුම. Safeguard Surface Disinfectant. Safeguard නිරෝගිමත් දිවියකට.
I'm really sorry, we were having some technical issues from our end. Miss Priyanka, am I audible now? Alright,
Yeah.
back to my question. I was asking, is it too late to start vlogging now?
No, it's never too late to start vlogging. I can hear my echo. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, so it's never too late to start vlogging. You just need to be prepared while starting a vlogging. Planning is first thing which is important. Then you can go on with your shoots and all. How old you are, whatever field you want to choose in, I think you can start on today. Today is the right day to start vlogging. Hello.
What are the benefits of vlogging?
What are the benefits? For me now, it's become more of a passion. Initially, I've started on as a hobby, and because just for the love for food, I have started on. I used to go for dinners every evening. My dinners are all outside, and suddenly I plan out to shoot my videos. And then now it has
Alright.
become like a career. YouTube is a very good career. I think these days all youngsters are hopping on to the YouTube. I have seen so many people, they have left their jobs and all. I'm not suggesting you that you leave your jobs and come to YouTube, but you can definitely start on initially, and if you start doing good, then you can completely hooked on to YouTube and make it a very good career.
All right, Miss Priyanka, it indeed was a great pleasure having you today. Thank you for spending your time with us.
Thank you so much. It was my pleasure too. Thank you.
All right, and now we'll be going on to a short break, and after the break, we'll be coming back with another aspiring vloggers, Shenelle and Shehaan. Stay tuned.
Excuse me. හරි පටන් ගමු.
ඕකේ 2020 ලෝකේ හොඳම ලැප්ටොප් මොඩල් එක හැටියට සම්මාන ගත්තේ මොකක්ද?
සිම්පල් නේ.
වැරදි. පොඩ්ඩක් ලේසි කරන්නද? බ්‍රෑන්ඩ් එක Dell. මොකද්ද මොඩල් එක?
මන්ටක් ගාලා සිගයකට දූලෙන්නද?
ඒ මොකටද?
ඩෙල් ගැන අහනවා නම් ඉතින් සිග තමයිනේ.
ලෝකයේ හොඳම ඩෙල් ලැප්ටොප් වසර 2ක අසමසම වගකීමක් සහ අලවියෙන් පසු විශිෂ්ට සේවය සමග සිග වෙතින් ටික ටික ගෙවන්න ගන්න.
ලැප්ටොප් නම් ඩෙල්. ඩෙල් නම් සිග.
Hey, a very good morning to all the creative souls out there joining for the day 2 of YouCon 3.0 organized by AIESEC in University of Sri Javadanapura.
And now I'm going to tell you guys an exciting news about a brand which gives you the fresh breath and a fresh start to your day, and that is Close Up.
Close Up is a brand that inspires people to turn mutual attractions into actions. We know nothing can ever replace the thrill of getting close to someone.
But unfortunately, we all know that barriers hold people back from experiencing the most beautiful feeling in the world, love.
YouCon Organizing Committee, together with Close Up, has organized a content creating competition under the theme Free to Love.
So all you have to do to enter the competition is to turn your creative ideas into a post or a short video not exceeding 1 minute.
And WhatsApp it to the number 076 729 6263. Let me repeat it again. It is 076 729 6263.
So hurry up and grab this amazing opportunity to win exciting gifts worth 35,000 from camera.lk.
So guys, stay tuned with us. It's your chance to unlock your true potential and
Awaken the YouTuber in you.
Formula, keeping you fresh and protected.
එක්ස්කියුස් මී. හරි පටන් ගමු.
ඕකේ 2020 ලෝකේ හොඳම ලැප්ටොප් මොඩල් එක හැටියට සම්මාන ගත්තේ මොකක්ද?
සිම්පල් නේ.
වැරදි. පොඩ්ඩක් ලේසි කරන්නද? බ්‍රෑන්ඩ් එක ඩෙල්. මොකද්ද මොඩල් එක?
මන්ටක් ගාලා සිගයකට දූලෙන්නද?
ඒ මොකටද?
ඩෙල් ගැන අහනවා නම් ඉතින් සිග තමයිනේ.
ලෝකයේ හොඳම ඩෙල් ලැප්ටොප් වසර 2ක අසමසම වගකීමක් සහ අලවියෙන් පසු විශිෂ්ට සේවය සමග සිග වෙතින් ටික ටික ගෙවන්න ගන්න.
ලැප්ටොප් නම් ඩෙල්. ඩෙල් නම් සිග.
Hello, Shenelle.
Good morning, hi, and Ayubowan. I am Dihansi Amanethmi, and today we are speaking to Shenelle and Shehaan. If you haven't seen them on YouTube, they actually do some magnificent videos promoting our beautiful country. Hi, Shenelle and Shehaan. How are you all? Am I audible enough? I'm sorry, I think y'all muted.
Can you hear us?
All right, great.
Awesome. Hi, guys.
All right.
How's it going?
First things first. Yes. Hi, how about y'all?
Good,
All
good,
right,
very
so-
good. How are you?
There seems to be an echo.
I think it's this one for them.
No, it's there. It was there earlier also. I think the echo is from your end, guys. Hello.
නව ක්ලෝසප් ට්‍රිපල් ෆ්‍රෙෂ් ෆෝමියුලා මුව මනාව පිරිසිදු කරමින් විෂ බීජවලට එරෙහිව සටන් කරයි. මුවට දැනෙන සිසිලක් එක් කරයි. නැවුම් බවක් සහ සුපිරි ආරක්ෂාවක් සමග තවත් විශ්වාසයෙන් ලං වෙන්න. නව ක්ලෝසප් ට්‍රිපල් ෆ්‍රෙෂ් ෆෝමියුලා.
But not sure what to do and where to go? Our qualified counselors at EDUCO Pathways will help you select the right program in the right country. We have partnered with world-class universities in Australia, Malaysia, Canada, Ireland, United Kingdom, USA, New Zealand and Netherlands. We will also advise you with all the necessary documents you need and help you with your visa application. Remember, all our services are free of charge. Call us now to book an appointment on 0772 711 711.
All right, hi again. Am I audible now?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear
Okay.
you.
Okay, so how are you guys today? Are y'all feeling great?
Good. We're feeling good. We're excited for this.
Very scary and very serious. What exactly is vlogging?
Should I take that one?
Yeah.
I think in our perspective, vlogging is about sharing an experience that somebody can have without actually visiting the place. So you share and you want to tell the story, it would be that person was there. And I think it's one of the best forms of sharing stories. No?
Hello. Hi, can you hear us now?
How about that?
Is it- Yeah. Hi guys, looks like our internet is no good.
Yeah. The phone internet is not.
Is it better now? Hello?
බීජ සහ බැක්ටීරියාවලින් තොර සුරක්ෂිත ස්ථානයකට කතිම විසඳුම. Safeguard Surface Disinfectant. Safeguard නිරෝගිමත් දිවියකට.
හරි හරි පටන් ගමු.
ඕකේ 2020 ලෝකෙ හොඳම ලැප්ටොප් මොඩල් එක හැටියට සම්මාන ගත්තේ මොකක්ද?
සිම්පල් නේ.
වැරදි. පොඩ්ඩක් ලේසි කරන්නද? බ්‍රෑන්ඩ් එක ඩෙල්. මොකද්ද මොඩල් එක?
මන්ටක් ගාලා සිගයකට දූලෙන්නද?
ඒ මොකටද?
ඩෙල් ගැන අහනවා නම් ඉතින් සිග තමයිනේ.
ලෝකයේ හොඳම ඩෙල් ලැප්ටොප් වසර 2ක අසමසම වගකීමක් සහ අලවියෙන් පසු විශිෂ්ට සේවය සමග සිග වෙතින් ටික ටික ගෙවන්න ගන්න.
ලැප්ටොප් නම් ඩෙල්. ඩෙල් නම් සිග.
Formula, keeping you fresh and protected.
Yes, we can hear you. All right, so we were speaking about vlogging. The vlogging word, the word itself, it's very depressing, very scary. What exactly is vlogging?
One second.
Sorry, guys. We are moving things around. So there's avocado, I think, is going around the Lambo.
Okay, I think we can share this thing. One second. All right, we're just gonna go like this. So, to answer your question, for us, vlogging is mostly about sharing a story. It's about sharing the experience when somebody feels like that they are right now. And you want to kind of inspire them to come and have the same experience, but sharing it to a level where they feel like they're there. Essentially, it's storytelling in one of the formats.
Why did you start this? How did you lay the foundation for this?
Yeah, so I think in terms of getting started, we initially wanted to travel internationally, and it was that kind of inspired us to do this. So we wanted to travel around Thailand, and we realized that one way we could travel. Sorry, hold on. Okay, is there an echo now?
No, it's gone. I know it's off.
Hello? Is there an echo now, guys?
Oh, there is, no?
Yeah, so sorry. That seems to be a bit of an echo on our end, but to continue, so we became vloggers because we wanted to be able to travel. And for us being Sri Lankans, the only way we saw possible at the time was to offer a service that we could negotiate and barter with other hotels, and that would eventually enable us to travel. And that's how we took up travel blogging. It was actually Shenelle's idea, and I joined her a few years after.
I was labeled a crazy person for a very long time. But I'm happy that with Shehaan's help, we were able to make it a reality. I think there's a delay.
Into vlogging on YouTube, and why would you support the aspiring vloggers to do so?
Sorry, could you repeat that? It was muted for the first part.
According to you, what are the benefits in turning your passion and interests into vlogging on YouTube? And why would you support the aspiring vloggers to do so?
Can I take that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think the benefit is that you're able to live a life of relative freedom, where you have the freedom to do whatever you want to do. You're not working in a strict corporate sort of structure, and you're free to do however you'd like to do. It is a lot more difficult to get started initially. So for those aspiring, we would recommend that you have something else to kind of financially assist you for those first few years.
Yeah.
But
there's also a flip side. I think it's about analyzing your personality and finding out what suits you. For some people, working in a very scheduled 9 to 5, working in an office, not having to be out in the sun and in the elements and all, they like that. And if you're that kind of person, you know that this is what you want to do. But if you are somebody who finds it really difficult to sit in one place, who does not like any kind of scheduling or like planning of your week per se, you're spontaneous, you want to you are okay with having not having a set amount of money coming into your bank account at the end of the month. That's the flip side of this. While it is a very free and fun and amazing way to live, there's a lot of risk and a lot of uncertainty, and you have to be the kind of person who's okay with that till you become stable as well. So
especially at the start.
yeah.
And also, I think it's important to mention that as a Sri Lankan YouTuber, it's probably going to be a longer start for you, because monetization is a lot harder when you are coming from a developing nation as opposed to a developed nation.
So you will earn more if you have an audience outside of Sri Lanka, preferably from the West, because you will be getting paid more for those views as opposed to Sri Lankan views, and that all comes down to marketing and ad spend. But at the end of the day, it is a good thing to look at YouTube as not just a way of talking to people in Sri Lanka, but as a way of going beyond. It's a global platform. You have a foot to speak to everybody else, just like somebody from America is speaking to you and impacting your life. Your story and your voice can have the same impact. That's the beauty.
Thank you for the answer. We'll be going back for a short break. We'll be back shortly. Thank you.
තැංකූ තාත්තේ. සෑහෙන ගානක් වෙන්න ඇතිනේ අම්මේ.
සමහර ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවදු විසඳන්න ඕනේ ටික ටික.
ටික ටික ගෙවන්න ලැප්ටොප් ගන්න. සිංගයකට එන්න.
නව close-up triple fresh formula මුව මනාව පිරිසිදු කරමින් විෂ බීජවලට එරෙහිව සටන් කරයි. මුවට දැනෙන සිසිලක් එක් කරයි. නැවුම් බවක් සහ සුපිරි ආරක්ෂාවක් සමග තවත් විශ්වාසයෙන් ලං වෙන්න. නව close-up triple fresh formula.
But not sure what to do and where to go? Our qualified counselors at EDUCO Pathways will help you select the right program in the right country. We have partnered with world-class universities in Australia, Malaysia, Canada, Ireland, United Kingdom, USA, New Zealand and Netherlands. We will also advise you with all the necessary documents you need and help you with your visa application. Remember, all our services are free of charge. Call us now to book an appointment on 0772 711 711.
බීජ සහ බැක්ටීරියාවලින් තොර සුරක්ෂිත ස්ථානයකට කතිම විසඳුම. Safeguard Surface Disinfectant. Safeguard නිරෝගිමත් දිවියකට.
Hi and welcome again. I'm sorry we are having some connection issues. We're working with technology. Of course, the technology is not in favor with us today. I'm sorry, am I audible?
Hello? Hi, can you hear us?
Yes, we can hear you. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
All right, okay. Okay, let's move on to our question. I myself is a big fan of YouTube. I would never miss out a video. It's amazing. The editing and all, it's just amazing. I find it very aesthetically pleasing. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of work going behind the screen. Would you mind to share the process with us?
If we were to begin with the planning of some trips are more planned than others, but whenever we go to a new town, we sit down and we do a lot of research on what the history of the place is. So a big part of our channel is to share the history of the. So we would do the research for it, take some pointers and some notes, and then we go and film. And our filming days, Shehan always wakes up at 5 a.m. because he wants to, never wants to see sunrise. He has to fly his drone and capture every sunrise. And it's a good habit too. We get some very good footage in the morning. So we do that. We're up by 6 o'clock. We're out. We shoot breakfast at the hotel. We go out for an activity to explore the place. We come back, do more stuff at the hotel, and definitely some evening shots, etc. Then we go. Basically, we film the whole day, and we do that for 3 continuous days. We come back, and then there's a lot of time spent in front of the computer, sorting out the footage, editing it, color grading it, finding just the right song for every scene, and making sure that we're telling the story in a really good way. Like you said, that you really appreciate the aesthetics and the quality, so we always try to match up to the standard that has been created or improve on it. So we are very happy to hear you say that, and there is a lot of work. At least 2 to 3 days of editing goes into each video, and there's a lot of back and forth between Shehan and I, and we pass it to each other and we try to improve on it. And the really good thing is that we can critique each other's work and say that no, you can do better. So I think that is also very helpful. But there's a lot of pre and post production that goes in.
And with our style, I think it's fair to say that it's also a lot more than a usual vlogger's sort of post production that goes on, because
There's a lot of cinematic scenes.
our niche is into doing like high production quality sort of videos, and because of that we spend a lot of time there, and I think it pays its dividends in different ways.
We can't
but
upload as many vlogs as other people can, because at the end of the day, with YouTube, consistency and the amount of uploads, the frequency of uploads are very important. So the more you upload good content that your audience likes to watch, the better. However, we've decided that we would like to focus, maybe strike a balance between quality and quantity. So we try to stick to about 4 videos a month, which means that we travel 3 days of 1 week, and then we are back to edit for another 2 to 3 days, and then we have maybe 1 day to prepare or get ready for the next one, and then we are off to repeat that cycle again. And sometimes it does get extremely tiring, but we're very grateful to be doing what we're doing, what we have struggled to achieve for like 2-3 years. So when it's coming to fruition, it means that even though it's tiring, even though early mornings and late nights, there's nothing else we want to do other than that.
All right. To begin with vlogging, we obviously will be needing certain technical requirements. What are the basic requirements, and how do you choose the most suitable equipment for vlogging?
I think there's one of the first things is that you need to figure out what kind of a vlogger you are, what is your purpose, and then depending on that, you would choose the right gear for you. Not everybody needs to have like 3 cameras and a tripod and all these things.
A drone.
And drone,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I think in terms of getting started, I mean, even us, if you go into our channel and see Shenelle's first video, it was made of an iPhone. And that is definitely the way to go. You start with whatever you have. The most important thing is that you start. I think Janith, who will be on here later on, will also tell you that the most important thing is that you just get started.
Yeah.
And with today's technology the cameras that you get on these phones, you don't really need the kind of cameras we use either. To start, you can get really good quality off the newest iPhones or the newest Samsungs. What is important though is that you have good audio quality, because that does play a big part in
people wanting to sit and watch your videos fully.
Yeah, especially if you're doing something where you're going to be talking a lot, audio quality is important. But again,
your phone is a good way to go for a beginner.
Yeah, good way to go for a beginner. But then it depends on your style, like you said. Like Shenelle says, for us, it's all about our production quality. So for us, we're always, reinvesting everything we make from this business into our equipment.
And we are gearheads.
Yeah.
We like our equipment. So
we've got gas, as they call it, which is gear acquisition syndrome.
that's where you just
keep buying.
Yeah, keep buying more and more gear. So we don't recommend that to everyone.
Yeah, it's a never-ending
And another thing
rabbit
I'd like
hole.
to add to what Shehaan said is that when I first made and uploaded my first video, I was at a point where I was not employed and I was wanting to do this YouTube thing. I wanted to start a YouTube channel. I didn't know how or what. I didn't know how to make a good YouTube video that should have a start or a finish. I just knew I wanted, and the want to create something was there. And then I looked at all the other people who had content.
You continue.
So yes, I was watching all the other YouTube channels and I realized that there's actually a lot of people with really great equipment on the platform, and it kind of makes you nervous to put your foot in and start. But then I think my thought process at the time was, if I don't do it now, and actually do this and learn how to do this after I get all this expensive gear. So to prove to myself, I told myself, if you really want to do this, you work with what you have right now, because that's what people who really want to achieve something. What they have at the moment. And I think it was a very good decision, because honestly, the quality was very, very good.
Yeah.
And it was really good because I learned a lot about editing, etc. in that process of editing the first video, and it only just made things better from there. So definitely start with what you have. But to expand on that just a little bit more, if you're somebody who's going to be a travel content creator, try to keep your gear very light. It's very important that you're mobile. It's important that you're not tired. And at the end of the day, storyteller and the story is what really makes it. Gear is secondary. You can give a really good filmmaker a phone camera and he'll tell an amazing story. Just like that, you can give really good gear to somebody who doesn't know how to tell a story and just so most important is the story. But build your gear according to what you're going to be doing.
Yes. And next, I would like to know what inspires you to make such great videos. What is your inspiration?
So I think initially it was our love for travel. It inspires us to this day. It's the same thing. We love traveling. We love meeting new people, experiencing new things. And that is really the main inspiration. But then beyond that, now, because we have this audience and so many people who really enjoy what we're doing, it really encourages us to keep pushing ourselves more and more with each one we do.
To know that, like, when you tell us that you really appreciate the aesthetic quality of videos and that you love watching them, that people who say those things to us and who watch our videos are a huge reason why we continue now to do what we do. Because knowing that there's somebody who enjoys your content is such a huge factor in motivation. However, that comes later on, and to be successful as a YouTuber, you need to be able to blindly create really good content, put in really hard work, lots of hours, while nobody is responding. And that will be a long part of the journey. You continue to put out great content and you continue to improve as well. And then and nobody will respond. You will get one or two comments, maybe a like, maybe a couple of subscriptions. And what makes or breaks a YouTuber is that period where if you give up in that period, it's over. Whereas if you can manage to just blindly keep pushing out this content, and one day one of your videos will go viral, and then everything else will also start to play and it will be great. But you just have to be able to.
Yeah, and it's important that you find yourself along that journey, because I think what happens with YouTube as you start out is you try to copy off other people, and that's fine starting off copying someone else. You can't hear us? Hello? Can you hear us? Hello? Hello?
හරි හරි පටන් ගමු.
ඕකේ 2020 ලෝකේ හොඳම ලැප්ටොප් මොඩල් එක හැටියට සම්මාන ගත්තේ මොකක්ද?
සිම්පල් නේ.
වැරදි. පොඩ්ඩක් ලේසි කරන්නද? බ්‍රෑන්ඩ් එක ඩෙල්. මොකක්ද මොඩල් එක?
මන්ටක් ගාලා සිගයකට දුවලා ඉන්නද?
ඒ මොකටද?
ඩෙල් ගැන අහනවා නම් ඉතින් සිග තමයිනේ.
ලෝකේ හොඳම ඩෙල් ලැප්ටොප් වසර දෙකක අසමසම වගකීමක් සහ අලවියෙන් පසු විශිෂ්ට සේවය සමග සිග වෙතින් ටික ටික ගෙවන්න ගන්න.
ලැප්ටොප් නම් ඩෙල්. ඩෙල් නම් සිග.
Excuse me.
Formula, keeping you fresh and protected. New close-up triple fresh.
Alright, so moving on to my question. It must have been tricky to identify your audience at the very first beginning. How did you identify your audience, and what do you have, and what sort of tips do you have to give out for the new vloggers out there? I'm sorry, am I audible? Yes.
Can be narrowed down on
Yes, yes, you're audible.
so as I was saying, and as we share community building as our channel sending itself to us at that point because we had a set vision of what kind of content that we valued and what we wanted to share, and we pushed that out and we stuck that. And then eventually YouTube algorithm found the right audience for us.
Yeah.
So that's two ways. You can either
I
figure
think
out
that's an important thing to take note of for those starting out is that you can't define your audience and get started and hope to kind of find them. What you do is you just keep doing you, and then eventually that audience will find you. And how soon that audience finds you is probably an indicator of, how much of that audience is there. So sometimes you could get an audience immediately with what you're doing, but that could only mean that it's a very common sort of category. Whereas, if you're not being heard for ages and then slowly you start building, that means you're onto a very niche category. So either ways, it's fine, but you just need to be able to kind of continuously do what you have been wanting to do from the start and building your audience to enjoy that. Because if you try to move around and do everything that everyone else is doing, you will most of
All right, hi again.
Hi.
Sorry, guys, it's such a terrible day to have a live stream.
I know, it's fine. It's totally fine. We're working with technology. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I have a pretty weird question in my hand. When you die, what do you want to be remembered about?
Wow.
very deep. Would you like to start?
Yeah. I think more than remembered, I'd want to die knowing I made an impact, if that makes sense. I don't think anyone's going to be remembered like that, especially in today's day and age with internet and social media. Just you ask a kid 10 years from now who Steve Jobs is, he probably wouldn't know who Steve Jobs is, even though he made such a huge contribution. So in that sense, it's not about being remembered, but it's about being hopefully able to do something that will impact many to follow. That's mine.
Yeah, I also agree with Shehaan. Is that I don't have any strong will to be remembered. Like it's not like a life goal for me to be remembered for as long as possible after I die, because life is very short as it is. You're here and then you're gone, and who knows what happens next. But while I'm here, I would like to do things that, one, fulfill my soul, but also I want to make people feel, how do I say this? I want to help people experience more. That is by sharing on YouTube or inspiring them to travel or inspiring them to try new food. I just feel like if I have helped somebody else expand their experiences or inspire them to try something new and turns out that they love them, I think that's what I'm really going for here. And if I can be remembered as somebody who, but
No, what a question.
yeah, as somebody who would just make people feel good about themselves, or make a few people laugh and make a few people try some new experiences that really changed their lives. That'll be a pretty good thing. So, wow, I need to think about this question more now when I go back.
Good one.
Yeah.
All right, so there might be people out there wondering what are the benefits I would get out of vlogging? What will it give to me? Why should I start vlogging? As for you, what are the benefits of vlogging?
Yeah, sure. I think the main benefit, and I don't know if you tie it down only to blogging, but I'd say content creation. You can't just rely on blogging. That's pretty dangerous. But the primary benefit is the freedom to work however you want, whenever you want, as hard as you want or as little as you want.
But the downside is that you actually end up working all
Way
the
harder,
time.
way harder, but you enjoy it. So for us, vlogging has become a passion, something we love. Like we've literally not taken a break in the last 2 years, even though there was a pandemic, even though there was everything. Like we were literally working every single day, doing different things, filming different things, and we absolutely love it. So vlogging has brought about that passion in us. And the benefit is the fact that, we have that freedom. There's no one who tells us what to do. We do whatever we want to do. But everything comes with its downsides, and one definite downside is that financially it is a lot harder when you start off, stability wise. But if you make it, which most often you will if you stick it out, it'll be awesome. And it's sky's the limit with this sort of thing. It's not like you're sorry, it's not like you're limited to getting to a certain position. Even a CEO can only make so much in a company, but as a YouTuber or a content creator, there's really no limit.
You can, and a lot of luck cannot. And for me, if I had to say one of the benefits that blogging has brought for me is what I would say, what Shehaan said is very important. So I would like to take another angle and highlight the fact that we get to go behind the scenes and really meet people and experience what it's like. And we meet people who are in the service sector who love their jobs. They love the company that they work for, and they do their very best to put their best foot forward. When they organize a special dinner, the attention to detail, not just the manager, but the waiter and the staff and the gardener, everyone is so involved, and they message us later on and say, we watched the video, it was so great, we love it. And it's so nice to see how other people are also passionate about what they do. It's so nice to work with those people. It's so nice to meet them. And it's another thing is that we really get to go behind the scene and see how these beautiful things are set up and maybe how these amazing dishes come to life. The story of some of the staff who have traveled all around the world to work and come back here, and they're working in Sri Lanka because they want to be with their family or something like that. It really shows that we have amazing people in this country. And one of the things that I really appreciate about this job is the fact that I get to travel around and I get to meet all these people and hear their stories. And it really enriches my life.
Definitely. So, and sadly, I think we still haven't been able to showcase that side of it through our channel, because obviously there is only so much you can show within 15 to 20 minutes. But that's a really good point, is that, when you start blogging, you get exposed to so much more. So many stories of people, so many unique experiences you might have never got to experience before. And that is definitely also, I think, a definite plus point of, being a good blogger.
All right, so what are the tips that you would like to share with the audience on how to become a successful blogger? Any tips for personal grooming, like how to identify your style?
Shehaan, why don't you take this question?
So I think, the beauty about YouTube, it zoomed in for some reason. I think the beauty about YouTube is that grooming and all those things don't really matter at the start unless there's a particular brand that you're looking to kind of cater to, or
Like if your example is going to be teaching about finishing school,
Yeah.
tips and tricks as a YouTube channel, then you definitely need to look the part.
Yeah. But in our line, we're travel, and I think the only reason Shenelle dresses up so much is because she's also a model and she enjoys that aspect, and she gets a lot.
And I also like to put a good foot forward for the hotels we're working.
Yeah, we have that angle, but otherwise, I mean, there are so many times we're doing our experiences and we are just being us. I think the important thing to realize is if you try to be someone you're not on something like this, where you're going to have to put yourself in front of the camera every single week, it's going to get harder for you to maintain that. You need to be original, you need to be yourself.
And what better way to be original than to be
Just be
yourself?
you. So for us, some people would need to put on a persona to continue and to speak to that audience, but for us what's worked is we're just being us. There are times I guess we would, to play the part in terms of video, we would dress up, not be you. I'm always like this because I'm behind the camera, I love it. But Shenelle would need to dress up in certain instances and play the part to kind of capture that moment.
And more often than not, it's about the tone you set. So if you are some, like for example, I from the get go ruled out wearing makeup every single time I put my face in front of camera because it just makes sense. I'm a model. I know how to do my own makeup, but I moved that out of the equation because it doesn't make sense for me to be traveling and hiking and sweating and in the ocean and having to wake up at 5 a.m. and put on a full face of makeup. It just wasn't practical. So I moved it out of the way. And also, I thought that maybe putting a bare face in front of camera could be something fresh and interesting for people to talk about, like or dislike, whatever it is. I have many comments of people telling me, put on some makeup, you're a pretty girl, look decent. And that's all. It's all part of the thing. You stand by what you think works for your brand, and if it's being groomed and looking fresh and neat and tidy, that is also something that fits into certain brand and should be. So I would say when it comes to personal grooming, obviously the main stuff is important, but definitely be
Be what you're going to be most comfortable in.
your style, everything should just reflect you because at the end of the day, like it's a very competitive field, YouTube. Maybe not in Sri Lanka right now a lot, but if you think about YouTube is a global platform, and if you're doing travel, there's plenty of people doing travel in English abroad. So we have to kind of figure out our own way as content creators to stand out among such a huge group of creators. And even in Sri Lanka, and even to anybody who's starting a YouTube channel, your biggest strength is your own individuality. It's like Shan said, it's great to like mock someone who's doing well in the beginning so that you kind of understand and you can grasp a few things when you're starting out. But as soon as you can, you have to start injecting your personality and your
interests,
your style, your humor, everything that makes you is what makes your channel stand up. And your best bet is that. So definitely don't hold back on your personality. Personality is 100% what's going to make your channel grow.
Yeah, that's from my experience. I mean, there are lots of people with different opinions on how you make it, and that's the beauty of YouTube. I think there's no one single way you go about it. There's so many different ways people have been successful on it.
And it's a scary thing to be yourself on a platform like YouTube because you're open to criticism. anybody can come and say anything about you. And my advice to people who are starting out would be forget about any negative comments you receive because you'll get lots of them. Some of them will be good criticism, and some of them will just be totally not worth your time and it'll only get in your head. So understand that you're putting yourself in a place where people can and do have the right to come and say things to you. But at the end of the day, it's your space. You can choose to ignore it, focus on the good comments, and just keep pushing forward. Sometimes somebody might say that your humor is not funny, but don't get hurt. Just keep making the same jokes, and YouTube will show it to people who like it eventually.
Yes, true. So when it comes to vlogging, vlogging is no easy thing. And obviously vlogging about traveling is no easy thing. It's not a, it's not a, like everybody knows, vlogging about traveling is really hard. So I would like to ask, what was your biggest challenge you came across in your life?
In our life.
Or while vlogging?
As in your vlogging life.
I think one, the beginning, but I think one that is continuously a challenge for us is when we are portraying or narrating a story with regards to history of a place, of a community, of a people. It's very challenging to be absolutely 100% accurate there.
Yeah.
And different people have different versions of the story. And
when it comes to religion, it's even more.
So like we did one vlog on Jaffna, and we were so scared about doing that vlog because we realized there are it's got so many very sensitive topics, and as much as we can share our opinion, the way we are doing our channel is that it goes out to a lot of people as a piece of content that could be educational, could be informative. So it's very tricky in that sense, and that is, I think, the toughest part for us is to be correct and to be sensitive at all points, but also to be true to ourselves and give our opinion. So like, finding that balance of, other people might have a different version of the story, but for us to put out our story and be sensitive about it and not get too much backlash, I think is one huge challenge. I'm not the person in front of the camera. I'm just saying in terms of narrating the story. As a person in front of the camera, that's also a very difficult thing. But I think Shenelle had it slightly easier because she's been in front of a camera from the time she was like 16.
Yeah, it does definitely help to have that experience. But also, I think something we should touch on as a challenge is like we always try to keep real with everybody and not selling anything that's a fantasy or anything like that. Things are not always perfect. As a couple, we have to work a lot behind the scenes to not argue and fight when we're working because at the end of the day, we are just two people. And, when we are working, it's about work. And when we're not, we're just a normal couple. But finding the balance between being a couple and working together was challenging. But I think it has made us stronger because we learned compromise and listen to each other, and so we have learned a lot of things, but it was definitely a challenge. It's not as beautiful and pretty as it might look all the time.
Yeah, I think one thing no one really talks about vloggers and couples doing it together is that side of it. It is very challenging being a couple and working together for one, and then doing that on social media. I mean, thankfully we are not that couple that promotes couples, couple goals. We're not that on social media, thankfully, so we don't really need to maintain that image. But still, it's challenging, and so you can't obviously show the fights and all of that that happens behind the scenes.
But at the end of the day, it's also very nice that you create something together and you watch it and you're just like.
When you achieve it together, it's amazing. Also, you get to share everything.
Yeah, so that part is really nice.
Alright, so you guys have a unique style of making videos. How did you discover your style and what made you choose travel vlogging out of all the options out there? How did you know that you guys were passionate about traveling?
we yeah, so Shehan's family actually, ever since he was a kid, and even now, they are trip people, as you say. They love to go on trips. And Shehan has traveled a lot as a kid.
I think all Sri Lankans are trip people if you think
like you
about it,
said.
right? Everyone loves to travel in
Even
this
my
island of
so
ours.
my family is also very much trip people. We were out pretty much every other weekend going somewhere on a trip. So traveling like that was definitely normal. And when we grew up, we traveled with our friends a lot. Once we started working, etc., we went to a lot of different places. But then we planned our first trip out of the country alone, just the two of us, and it was the first time traveling alone for internationally for both of us. We did a big Thailand 1 month backpacking trip, and it was there that we were just like, oh my god, this is so amazing. We love this. We love going to these places and experiencing these new things, these beautiful locations, food. And 1 month of traveling, it was a long time for people like us. We've never been off for that long.
And that took like 1 year's worth of
1 year's
saving.
worth of saving and planning. So 2016 to 17, we planned, and 17 we went on the trip. So we did this, and when we were traveling for 1 month, you meet other people also who have been traveling for a very long time, and suddenly we're like, wait, why don't you have to go back home? What about visa? What about money? What do you do for work? And all of a sudden, we met all these people who were living a somewhat of a nomad lifestyle. They all had a way of making money through a skill or a business, and they chose to travel while doing this. And it really opened our eyes like, wait a minute, is this something that is possible for us too?
Yeah.
So that's really
And
what got us
thinking on those lines. And it was always, I mean, it still is about enabling us to travel for a living. You know, we love traveling and that's all we want to do. And that was always the motivation behind how we looked at this and how we decided to go forward. And then our own style is a result of the extraordinary circumstances we had to face. So, for instance, if you're a travel blogger from a developed nation, or if you're a travel blogger from a slightly more well-known place for YouTube, it would be a lot easier for you to kind of go and just be a vlogger just with a phone camera. Like, you know, the lady who was here before us, she's from India, and there the market is massive, right? So she could go to any hotel, even in Thailand or Bali, and say, hey, look, I've got this much of an audience, and so I'd like to just vlog. And that would work. But you know, for us, we spent all this money and we went to all these countries and we were trying it, and no one was interested because, first of all, we are talking to at that point a Sri Lankan audience, and people weren't really interested in bringing in a Sri Lankan audience into a place in Thailand. Like, you know, it's such a small niche. And that's where we realize, okay, look, we can't compensate as other bloggers are in size of an audience. At least back then, that was our thinking. How we can compensate is through on quality and on skill. And so we took the angle of becoming a production company almost, where we offered other services while vlogging. You know, so vlogging is just one component of what we do. But to make the vlogging possible, we had to barter a lot more services than other people would need to, because other people have a big audience behind it. We didn't have a big audience, so we had to figure out a different way. And quite surprisingly, that just became our style.
Yeah, just to give more value. But also talking about the editing style, when I first started, like I said, I wasn't really pro when I uploaded my first YouTube video. But then afterwards, I started doing more research, and I really developed a liking towards this cinematic style, and that can be seen in this is Sri Lanka 1 minute dream video. It was a cinematic video that we made over 20 odd days around the island, and I was really able to like creatively express myself in that edit. That was actually what I really wanted to do. But also Shan was like, yes, that's fine, and that's great. We should do that, but we need to focus on like, you know, weekly vlogs, consistency, you know, get the channel out there. So the way that I saw was of bringing that cinematic style that I liked of 1 minute cinematic videos into the vlog and just breaking up the vlog with these cinematic segments. So that way I was getting to do a little bit of what I liked in the editing style. Plus we were doing something that was sustainable and that we could continue to do, because given that 1 minute video, it takes about 2 weeks to 3 weeks to edit, maybe even a month, because there's a lot of selection of the clips and trying to put them all together, a lot of learning, etc. that happens. And it's not possible to pump out
Seems like they're having a little connection issue. Let's move on to a small break until Shenelle and Shehaan will be back with us again.
Hi guys, sorry. Really bad.
නව ක්ලෝසප් ට්‍රිපල් ෆ්‍රෙෂ් ෆෝමියුලා මුව මනාව පිරිසිදු කරමින් විෂ බීජවලට එරෙහිව සටන් කරයි. මුවට දැනෙන සිසිලක් එක් කරයි. නැවුම් බවක් සහ සුපිරි ආරක්ෂාවක් සමග තවත් විශ්වාසයෙන් ලං වෙන්න. නව ක්ලෝසප් ට්‍රිපල් ෆ්‍රෙෂ් ෆෝමියුලා.
All right, hi again. Hello? Yes. My last question for the day. What is the best piece of advice that someone has given to you? Can you say it out loud for the other vloggers out there? Was I clear? What was the best piece of advice someone has given you? Could it repeat out for the other vloggers out there?
Uh,
I can think of quite a few that Johnny thinks that.
If you're a YouTuber, Johnny's advice is going to be the best piece of advice. But I would say for me, the best piece of advice, just in general, that I've got is just forget about what everyone else has to say. Especially if you're trying to do something like this. Your friends, your family, everyone's going to doubt you at the start. And
The concept of it or anything like that.
and their intentions may be good, but they're not you and they're not your experience. And it's really important to be able to break away from that. You know, it's very hard for Sri Lankans because Sri Lankans are so close-knit, so community-driven. As Sri Lankans, it's very hard to break away from that. I think Kasun and Chamri are like a prime example of that. You know what they are doing. They speak to the single audience and they get so much of backlash from like the slightest thing. But just because they broke away from that, they were able to do so much more, you know, and that is kind of the advice I don't know if someone gave me, but I wish someone had given me, is that you just cannot, like, if you're doing something like this, you should not care about what other people have to think.
It makes the process very difficult. Especially if you're somebody who's a bit shy and reserved, or do care a lot about
other people's
opinions of you.
You need to be able to push that out.
Yeah, one of the things that happens when you become a YouTuber is that you quickly start to realize that you want to continue doing this and you want to be successful, and it's important to you. You are going to have to stop caring about what other people say about you, what other people think about you. Are they laughing at you? You don't have time for all of that, because it's a...
And you just shouldn't let it affect you. It plays such a huge part at the start.
I know there must be so many people out there, I know I was also like that, who maybe want to start a YouTube channel, who maybe have some kind of skill or passion that they want to share, but they're really shy to do it because they don't know what their friends are going to say. Maybe their friends are like, oh my God, don't be like those people who talk to their phones all the time. And then the person feels really like, you know, what's the word for it? Self-conscious. But if you are someone like that, my advice would be, life is way too short for you to not pursue something that you desire based off what other people might think of you. Because one day somebody might think of you, and the next day they're not going to think about you. And are you going to be feeling like, oh, they're not thinking about me anymore, and I didn't end up doing what I did in the end, what I wanted to do in the end. So it's really not worth it. Go out there, make mistakes, okay? Retrace your steps, correct your mistakes, try again, keep going. If you want to do it, and you can take the action for it, and you can visualize how it's going to be in your mind, it can be done. So definitely, you need to be a little bit strong and
All right, that concludes today's session. Thank you so much for joining with us for this session, and it was really informative and inspiring. I'm pretty sure that most of our delegates, including myself, learned a lot on blogging through this session. So once again, we would like to thank both of you for taking time to share your experience with us. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot for having us. And yeah, actually, really good questions.
Thank you.
All the best.
All right, see you, bye. So with this, we would like to conclude the first segment for today, but don't forget to join us for the next session at 4 p.m. through our FB page.
Are you planning to study abroad but not sure what to do and where to go? Our qualified counselors at EDUCO Pathways will help you select the right program in the right country. We have partnered with world-class universities in Australia, Malaysia, Canada, Ireland, United Kingdom, USA, New Zealand, and Netherlands. We will also advise you with all the necessary documents you need and help you with your visa application. Remember, all our services are free of charge. Call us now to book an appointment on 0772 711 711. Are you planning to study abroad?